During day 2 of the Climate Change Storytelling and Podcasting Training organized by the Climate Women Media Action, facilitators Mr. Edward Tumwini and Ms. Edwin Anetui provided women journalists with a podcasting manual to guide in creating climate-related stories. Now, this manual is to help us use different podcasting tools and softwares to tell compelling, impactful stories to the rest of the communities. For example, using web editor, Anchor, Lexus Video, using microphones, headphones, and different podcasting tools. It also covers essential elements such as podcast structure. How do you organize your podcast before even recording? Recording tips, use of microphones, and strategies for engaging the audience. For example, the use of inclusive language, breaking down the information into different languages that the communities or your audience can understand, more so when it relates to climate change, making activism look more simpler, like making activism look like them. How do you make this community or these communities connect and relate to the information that you're giving them? All these were taught in the manual, and with its guidance, the women journalists were able to put theory into practice as we were divided into groups to make vox pops on the different streets of Bunga. This made the practical sessions smoother and productive. Now, speaking of its overall relevancy, this manual gives strategies for distribution. After doing the vox pops, recording, editing, how do you distribute this information to the right audience? It gives how best you can distribute, how you can publish your stories, and it encourages creativity using the knowledge you have gotten from different spaces or different materials to add on to the knowledge that you have gotten from the manual to make your stories more creative and engaging to the communities about climate storytelling. It is beginner friendly, more so when it is just your journey to the podcasting or you have just started your journey into podcasting. It is so easier to the extent that it breaks down the complex information and tools, strategies into a simpler way that you can understand and be able to connect with the audience when you're talking about climate change. This manual provides a podcasting mind map where it teaches you everything about recording, publishing, the impact your story might have, the promotion, how do you promote this audio or this podcast after recording and doing all the planning, making it more effective to the journalists. And as a young journalist who has always loved to express her different views to the community about different aspects, getting informed about podcasting on climate change has given me a new vision, and I now plan to start a home studio podcast where I can share my views and knowledge about climate change with different audiences. And I believe this will be an effective way to amplify conversations on climate change and inspire meaningful action in our communities. My name is Mevin Kyakuwa, and a journalist, photographer. Thank you for listening.